Bonjour French 2 students. Here are your Lesson 20 listening activities. You should have your workbook open to page 169.
Unité 6. Le shopping. Leçon 20. Alice a un job. Section 1. Le pronom on. A. Compréhension orale. In conversation, French people often use the pronoun on instead of nous. Note that on is followed by the il-elle form of the verb. Listen.
En classe, on parle français.
In class, we speak French. Now you will hear people telling you what they do, using on instead of nous. Listen carefully and write the number of the sentence under the corresponding activity. Modèle.
1. On dîne.
You would write the number 1 under picture C. Commençons. 2.
On va au café.
3.
On mange des glaces.
4.
On écoute de la musique.
5.
On fait une promenade.
6.
On va au cinéma.
7.
On regarde la télé.
Now check your answers. You should have marked A 6, B 7, D 5, E 3, F 2, and G 4. B. Questions et réponses. The pronoun on is also used to refer to people in general. Listen.
Qu'est-ce qu'on vend ici?
This means, what do they sell here? At a computer store, one might answer,
On vend des ordinateurs.
answer the questions you hear according to the illustrations in your workbook. Commençons. 1.
Qu'est-ce qu'on vend ici?
On vend des vélos.
2.
Qu'est-ce qu'on vend ici?
On vend des chaussures.
3.
Qu'est-ce qu'on vend ici?
On vend des livres.
Here's that key for you.
C. Questions et réponses. Now, a French person will ask whether people do certain things in the United States. In their questions, they will use vous. Answer them using on. Modèle.
Vous parlez anglais?
Bien sûr, on parle anglais.
Commençons. 1.
Vous jouez au baseball?
Bien sûr, on joue au baseball.
2.
Vous jouez aux jeux vidéo?
Bien sûr, on joue aux jeux vidéo.
3.
Vous mangez des hamburgers?
Bien sûr, on mange des hamburgers.
4.
Vous regardez la télé?
Bien sûr, on regarde la télé.
5.
Vous allez au concert?
Bien sûr, on va au concert.
6.
Vous avez des ordinateurs?
Bien sûr, on a des ordinateurs.
Here are those answers.
Section 2. L'impératif. D. Compréhension orale. When we want to make a suggestion or tell someone what to do, we use the imperative. For example, if you want to play tennis, you might say to your friends, "Play tennis with me," or "Let's play tennis." In French, you would say,
Joue au tennis avec moi.
or,
Jouez au tennis avec moi.
or.
Jouons au tennis.
Note that in French, as in English, you do not use subject pronouns when you use the imperative. Now you will hear people talking. Can you tell whether they are making a statement or telling people what to do? Listen carefully. If you hear a subject pronoun, they're making a statement. Check row A. If you do not hear a subject pronoun, they're making a suggestion or telling someone what to do. Check row B. Modèle.
Vous regardez la télé.
Since you heard the subject pronoun vous, you know the person is making a statement. You would check row A. Commençons. 1.
Tu parles bien français.
2.
Étudier.
3.
Nous jouons au foot.
4.
Faisons une promenade.
5.
Écoutez le professeur.
6.
Vous dînez au restaurant.
7.
Allons au cinéma.
8.
Attends ton copain.
Now check your answers. You should have marked row A for items 1, 3, and 6. You should have marked row B for items 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. E. Parler. Now it is your turn to tell people what you would like them to do, using the imperative. First, you will speak to one person. Modèle.
Tu dois écouter le professeur.
Écoute le professeur.
Commençons.
1. Tu dois écouter ce CD.
Écoute ce CD.
2. Tu dois regarder cette photo.
Regarde cette photo.
3. Tu dois acheter cette casquette.
Achète cette casquette.
4. Tu dois travailler.
Travaille.
5. Tu dois finir ce livre.
Finis ce livre.
Now you will suggest to a group of friends to do what you all like to do. Modèle.
Nous aimons jouer au foot.
Jouons au foot.
Commençons.
6. Nous aimons regarder la télé.
Regardons la télé.
7. Nous aimons jouer aux jeux vidéo.
Jouons aux jeux vidéo.
8. Nous aimons visiter Paris.
Visitons Paris.
9. Nous aimons faire une promenade.
faisons une promenade.
10. Nous aimons aller au cinéma.
Allons au cinéma.
Here's that key again for you.
Section 3. Conversation. F. La réponse logique. You will hear a series of short questions, each one read twice. In your workbook, circle the letter A, B, or C corresponding to the most logical answer. Commençons. 1.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas visiter? Qu'est-ce que tu vas visiter?
2.
À qui est-ce que tu rends visite? À qui est-ce que tu rends visite?
3.
Tu as besoin d'argent? Tu as besoin d'argent?
4.
Tu as envie d'une pizza? Tu as envie d'une pizza?
5.
Qu'est-ce que tu attends? Qu'est-ce que tu attends?
6.
Pourquoi est-ce que tu vends ta mobilette? Pourquoi est-ce que tu vends ta mobilette?
So, going over those questions again. Number 1 was Qu'est-ce que tu vas visiter? Qu'est-ce que tu vas visiter? What are you going to visit? 2. À qui est-ce que tu rends visite? À qui est-ce que tu rends visite? To whom are you going to visit? Numéro 3. Tu as besoin d'argent. Tu as besoin d'argent. Do you need money? Number 4. Tu as envie d'une pizza? Tu as envie d'une pizza? Do you want a pizza? Number 5. Qu'est-ce que tu attends? Qu'est-ce que tu attends? What are you waiting for? Et numéro 6. Pourquoi est-ce que tu vends ta mobilette? Pourquoi est-ce que tu vends ta mobilette? Why are you selling your moped?
Now check your answers. You should have circled 1C, 2A, 3C, 4A, 5C, and 6A. Section 4. Dictée. G. Écoutez et écrivez. You will hear a short dialogue spoken twice. First, listen carefully to what the people are saying. The second time you hear the dialogue, fill in the missing words. Écoutez.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
J'ai envie d'aller au cinéma, mais je n'ai pas d'argent.
De combien est-ce que tu as besoin?
De 10 euros.
Tiens, voilà 10 euros.
Listen again and fill in the missing words.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
J'ai envie d'aller au cinéma, mais je n'ai pas d'argent.
De combien est-ce que tu as besoin?
De 10 euros.
Tiens, voilà 10 euros.
So here's that key. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? J'ai envie d'aller au cinéma, mais je n'ai pas d'argent. De combien est-ce que tu as besoin? De 10 euros. Tiens, voilà 10 euros. So what are you doing? I want to go to the movies, but I don't have money. How much do you need? 10 euros. Here's 10 euros. All right, taking a look at your homework, which is the workbook pages for lesson 20. Number 1, say where one usually does the activity suggested in parentheses. Choose one of the places from the box. Be logical. So, au Mexique is in Mexico. En France is in France. Au stade, at the stadium. À la piscine, at the pool. À l'école, at the school. Au restaurant, in the restaurant. Dans les grands magasins, in department stores. So the example is on étudie à l'école. For the second one with nager, you're using the subject on here. So on, nage, and that would be à la piscine. So you're writing sentences like that for that exercise. They'll all start with on. And remember, we conjugate on like il or el singular. 2. The following students have jobs as salespeople this summer. Say what each one is selling. So this is using that verb vendre, which means to sell. Remember, it's a regular RE verb, so this is about conjugating a regular RE verb. So number 1, we see a picture of books, so it's nous vendons des livres. So you're going to write sentences like that for these. I think you should be able to figure out what all those are. Number 2 is meant to be like CDs. 3. Explain why people do certain things by completing the sentences with the appropriate form of the verbs in the box. Be logical. So again, these are your regular RE verbs that you just learned. Attendre means to wait for. Entendre means to hear. Perdre means to lose. Répondre means to answer. Vendre means to sell. And rendre visite means to visit a person. So 2 things you're doing in this one. Number 1, right? Which verb makes sense based on the sentence. Okay? And then number 2, you're going to conjugate that verb to match the subject. So in number 1, we have Olivier son vélo parce qu'il a besoin d'argent. So Oliver's something, his bike, because he needs money. So he's selling his bike. So it's going to be vendre. And I'm going to conjugate it for Olivier. So it's Olivier vend. Again, you're deciding which verb goes in each sentence and then conjugating it, making it match the subject. Numéro 4. Tell a French friend to do or not to do the following things according to the situation. Be logical, right? So our first example, à téléphone, elle n'est pas chez elle. So something about calling Sophie, she's not at her house. Well, she's not at her house, then you're going to tell her, don't call. Jean-Paul, il est très sympathique. Invite. So you're using the to form of the imperative for all of these because you're talking to your friend. Remember, in the to form of the imperative, for regular ER verbs and aller, you drop the S off of your conjugation. That's why telephone and invite don't have an S. So number 1, cette veste, elle est trop longue. So something about buying this jacket, it is too long. So if it's too long, it doesn't fit. So we're going to say don't buy. So it's n'achète. And normally achète would have an S, but we drop that S. Pas cette veste. So again, they can be affirmative or negative. You want to give good advice. Exercise 5. Your friends have asked your advice. Tell them what to do, choosing one of the suggested options. If you wish, you may explain your choice. So we have aller au théâtre ou au cinéma. So if you want them to go to the theater, you'd say aller au théâtre. Okay. It's not necessary for you to write these other sentences. Okay. If you want them to go to movie theater, you'd say aller au cinéma. So here again, you're using the imperative But this time you're using the vous form because you're talking to several of your friends, right? Multiple friends, that's plural. So, number one, regardez le film ou le match de baseball. I would say regardez le film. Okay, so again, you get to choose, but you're using the vous form of the imperative. 6. It's Saturday. You and your friends are wondering what to do. Suggest that you do the following things together. So this, again, is the imperative, but this is the final kind of form of the imperative. This is going to be the nous form, and that's because you're including yourself. Okay, so you're, again, kind of saying, let's go do this, and that's the nous form of the imperative. So in our first picture here, we see ping pong. So we want to say, let's play ping pong. So it would be jouons au ping pong. So you're writing sentences like that. Exercise 7. Describe 3 things that you would like to do or buy and say how much money you need to do so. So you're going to write sentences like this example. So, j'ai envie d'acheter un baladeur. Okay. J'ai besoin de $50. So the j'ai envie de is going to stay the same. And if you want to talk about buying, then it'll stay acheter every time. Okay. J'ai besoin de, right? J'ai envie de is want. J'ai besoin de is need, and however much money you would need to do those things. So, again, you're writing answers for those. Au revoir, à demain.